Hi, everyone. Welcome to our restream. My name is Kate Sample. I'm here with PESI Publishing, and I'm super excited to have one of our most popular authors with us today, Christina Furnival. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me on today.
Of course, of course. So why we're here is to talk about Christina's new product with us, the Big Feelings Flip Chart. There it is. We're very excited. We just got all of them into our warehouse. So we are very excited to have these. And I don't know if you're familiar with psychoeducational flip charts, but they're kind of the new thing in therapy. And we wanted to make sure that we had something for kids. And so they're just pages that are dry erase friendly that you can go through. Sorry, I'm using my camera correctly. And use different interventions for teaching kids, in this case, about their big feelings. And then on the back side, there's a black and white page that shows prompts and things like that for therapists. So these are kind of a newer product, but they are flying off shelves, particularly in the kids realm. So we're super excited to have Christina here to answer a few questions. So let's just jump in. Can you tell us kind of what inspired this project for you?
Absolutely. So I have been in the field for almost 15 years now. And before I had my own children, I worked specifically with children and families, youth of all ages, from 0 to 5 with one program, and then from 5 to 21 with another program. And this flip chart is a tool that I would have loved to have had in my toolbox. It takes kind of the 5 big hitter feelings and breaks them down, and more than just maybe a chart on your wall that shows feeling faces would do. I know back in the day when I was in community mental health, I had my own whiteboard that I would draw
Yes.
out examples for kids and either make them up on the fly or kind of do the same thing each time. And having a tool like this, like a flip chart where it is set up, like Kate said, with a client-facing side that has dry erase, so kids are stoked to use it. It has the therapist-facing side, which includes supplemental prompts and questions, and it is like a therapy session in a book. And you could break it down into using a specific feeling, knowing your client, knowing their development. You can cater it and tailor it to their needs. So you might be able to go through the entire flip chart with one client in a session, or you might be able to break it into sections and use it for a series of sessions. And it's just so handy. And then the fact that it's so thin, it is just a little flip book,
Yes.
but the way that it pops open allows you to then have it stand very easily. So you can just pop it into your bookshelf. You can have loads of flip charts, and it's just such a helpful tool. So excited to have worked with Kate and PESI to put this together for you guys.
Yes, likewise. It's funny you mentioned the whiteboard because when we were getting ready for this, I was thinking about my days in community mental health and as a school-based therapist. And I thought if I had $1 for every time I wrote down the CBT triangle or feelings words in scales of intensity, all of those things, I would, have quite a few more dollars than I have right now.
Absolutely.
So that's what I love about it is that, you can use it over and over and then it's portable for the people who are in multiple sites, treating kids and families. So I just love that part. So what's your favorite part about using the flip charts? It's kind of related to the first question, but when you're working with kiddos, what's your favorite part about it?
The flip chart for me, especially the way that we've designed the Big Feelings flip chart, we really wanted to make it child friendly and have it be super colorful and super clear. Kids love the chance to get to write with a dry erase marker. And so you're having your clients come into session already excited and engaged and like, I get to do this. I get to write on this. And so this is an example of the feelings facts page. And we talk about what a feeling is, what a thought is, what an action is. We've used these icons to make it clear when below they're figuring out the cognitive triangle and how it all is interconnected. And then on your side, we've got the same thing, but we've got more information about thoughts, more information about feelings, more information about actions, why it's important. And so I think using this with kids, it's fun, it's engaging. You can erase and go again, so you can include repetition, which we all know helps children learn. Plus, you can photocopy what they've worked on and put it in their chart or share it with their parents. And then that way you're also giving the family the information as well, because they may or may not have these tools at their disposal.
That's really true. I didn't think of that, but you could actually photocopy blank pages and assign it as homework with families or just ongoing between session work. I didn't even think about that till right now. That's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's and I know the next question that we were talking about is along the lines of what populations would you or would you not use a flip chart with?
Yeah. Yeah.
And what I was thinking about that was what's really cool is as a therapist, if you're going to get this, which by the way, there's a QR code, I'm not sure what side of your screen it's on, that
Yes.
you can scan. Read through it first, look over it, look through the questions, look through the prompts, and then that way you know specific to your clients, to their development, to their age, to their abilities, what pages make the most sense for them or what questions are really going to be specific to their story and be helpful for them. And I was thinking, how could you use this in telehealth? Because a lot of people are still doing telehealth with
Yes.
their even child clients. And I think that exact same idea of you could scan the pages that you plan to work on, put it into the electronic portal that your client uses. They could print them out. And then that way you're still using them synchronously as if you're in session face to face. So I feel like, I don't know if there's any population that this wouldn't work with. I feel like even younger kids, like I said, I worked with 0 to 5 for a period in time.
Mm-hmm.
I might not go through the cognitive triangle, but the emotions pages, we've got so many pictures. Where's the camera? And explanations and spaces for the kids to write or to draw that I think you could work with this with younger populations as well as older ones. The older ones might feel a little too cool, but at the same time, it always feels really good to affirm what you know. And so for our older kiddos, it's just going to reinforce some of the learnings they've already had. So I feel like it works with pretty much everyone. Would you agree, Kate?
Yeah, no, I do agree, particularly that topic and that format. I think anytime that you mentioned developmental level, and I think anytime that you can make something concrete and visual and interactive, you really can't really go wrong with any child or family because you can adapt it to whatever their need is. And I'd argue that even those older kids are going to want to use that dry erase marker.
I mean, it never goes away, does it?
No. And really, I just thought of this. You could have someone teach you in session about CBT. If it's an older kid, kind of give them the reins and ask them to use the chart to teach you. And you can kind of assess what they know there too.
That's a fabulous idea because we know that reinforces their learnings and helps them put it in their own language in a way that they really understand it.
Right. And then they got the opportunity to be the grown-up, which is always exciting. I always think it's never a bad idea, or it's always a good idea to let kids teach us things because of those very reasons. It just ingrains the information, empowers them. So this is a great tool for that.
Yeah, agreed.
It makes me miss my practicing days. So if you don't mind, could you do a quick demo of one of the activities within the chart?
Sure thing. I'd be happy to.
So I'm happy to participate however you'd like me to.
What's really fun is I pulled this out. We got a box of them. And my daughter is 6 and my son is 5. And my daughter immediately gravitated towards this. She's school age. My son's still in preschool. And she started filling it out. And so it was just really cool, like on her own.
Oh, I love that.
So let me go back to the first page of anger.
Okay.
And so you can see, this is what the kids would see. I get the light off of it. Angry. And we talk about of the 5 feelings. So we have angry, happy, sad, excited, and scared. And with each of the 5 feelings, we also have similar feelings. So we've got on this one, mad, annoyed, and upset. Then we give a definition and similar feelings. So I could talk you through this, Kate, if you were my client, and say, okay, hi, we're here to talk about the feeling of anger today. Do you know other words or other feelings that might be similar to anger? And then you could come up with some. What do you think?
Like really mad or annoyed.
Exactly. And they're very similar. And a lot of times they look the same. So we've got examples of different people here showing different emotions. And then if you could circle, which my daughter's done for us, several of them that look mad to you. And what we have on the back for the therapist are questions for you to ask while they're circling them. So let's say this one. I'd love to hear why you circled this one, Kate.
That one I just thought because she's got her hand up in the air and the things coming out of her head just look like maybe she's like yelling or like is mad.
Yeah, it looks like she's got some tension going on in her
Yeah.
fist. You can see her face too. Her eyebrows are turned down. And like you said, yeah, those lines coming out of her, they're kind of like lightning bolts, like
Yeah.
anger rays coming out of her head. We have some other questions. So some examples are, what about this face says angry, mad, or annoyed or upset? What do you think this person might be thinking? Let's see this one. Where do you think this person feels anger in their body?
I think maybe like in here, like in their chest, because he doesn't look like he's very happy and he's like kind of closed.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe he feels pressure in his chest. His
Mm.
arms might feel a tightness. His legs look super straight, so maybe they feel stiff. Great answer, Kate. And then on all of our feelings pages, the first one, there's 2 pages for each feeling. We have this question of, is it okay to feel whatever the feeling is? And so what do you think, Kate? Is it okay to feel anger?
Yeah. Sometimes it gets really big. And my teacher always says it's okay to be mad, but it's not okay to be mean.
That is exactly right. That is exactly right. So it is okay to feel anger. Anger is like every other feeling. What we maybe have concern about is what we do with that anger. And then these are little examples of what anger might be trying to tell you. And so that's what our feelings really are, is their information. They're not telling us what to do, but they're just giving us information. So some things that anger might tell you are that maybe you don't feel safe, or maybe you don't like that something happened. And you can pick the specific reason that maybe applies more to your client, or you could go through all of them and think of specific times for pulling from their history.
Sure.
But basically, anger, its goal is to protect you. And a lot of times it covers up more vulnerable feelings. And so, like, a lot of times, maybe we actually have sadness or hurt underneath, but we come out with anger because that feels bigger and stronger. So that is the first page of anger. And then the second page of anger talks about more expression. How do we show anger? So this is an opportunity for you to draw or write how you act when you feel angry. And then you can talk with your client about it. Who is in it? What are they doing? Why are they doing that? And then down here are healthy ways to express anger. So for example, we have, say, I feel mad. Write down or draw what is upsetting you. Cry if you feel like it, and other examples. And then there's another space for the kiddos to write or draw what that might be. And just real quick, another example. So we, at the beginning of the flip chart, we talk about the cognitive triangle. And then at the back of the flip chart, after all the feelings, we peel back the layers and we show what feelings feel like on the inside and on the outside.
Love
And
that.
so my daughter helped us out here and drew where she feels anger in her body and what the sensations feel like. And then what it looks like on the outside is an opportunity for you and your client to write down the thoughts, the feelings, and the actions. So when she was mad at her brother, her thought was, I hate you, which isn't very nice, but that's what she wrote. The feeling, obviously, she looks very sad and upset. And she said the action was that it made her want to kick. And so we talked about the way that our thoughts and feelings and actions are connected, and how if we reframe our thoughts, a lot of times that can lead to a healthier or more helpful kind of action. And so with her phonetic handwriting,
Aw.
she changed it to I didn't like it, and that she still felt sad, but a little more neutral. And then this was her attempt to draw air going in and out. So doing deep breathing
Aw.
as her action. But so it's just, I'm so excited about this flip chart. I'm so excited to share it with you guys. And I hope that you find it valuable and just really helpful with all your youth clients.
Yes. Thank you so much, Christina. Everyone grab this flip chart. You're not going to regret it. On the back of the flip chart, there's kind of like the equivalent of a back cover of a book, and it kind of gives you the highlights of the cover. You'll find this on Amazon or at PESI.com. There's a QR code up in the corner, so you can keep turning this the wrong way, get a good look at what's inside. And then obviously Christina just gave us a tour live in real time. So thank you so much, Christina, for being here. We love having you in the PESI community, and we're so excited to watch this one fly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.